on target, stay on target. Hey YouTube, and welcome to Groove Builders. I'm Disorderly Cone. In this episode, we're going to be discussing the Metal Earth Star Wars X-Wing Starfighter. And this video is going to be a little bit different. Unfortunately, I had a hard drive crash and I lost all of my build footage for my X-Wing along with two other models that I was building for the channel. Once I get this footage back though, I'm going to go ahead and update these videos for the full experience. The X-Wing Starfighter is one of the oldest models in the Star Wars line from Metal Earth, and it's almost become a rite of passage amongst metal model collectors because it has a very unique history regarding its instructions. But with popularity also comes a ton of bootleg. Pretty much on any bootleg website or even flea market, you're going to be able to find the X-Wing Starfighter right next to R2-D2 and the Millennium Falcon. But let's not get too deep into the controversial topic of bootleg models. Let's instead get into what it took to build the X-Wing Starfighter, starting with construction difficulty. The X-Wing Starfighter is a great place for metal builders to begin because it covers a wide variety of metal building techniques. Like the back thrusters here, you're going to need to make tubes for these, and if you have a dowel rod, you'll be able to make them very simply. However, if you don't, you will have to use your tweezers to kind of bend them slowly into formation. This is not the best way to do it, however it is possible. The second thing I want to talk about is the cockpit area. This can be a little bit tricky to form because the metal is very thin here and there's not a whole lot of metal to grab when bending and trying to form the cockpit. Just take your time, go slow, and at the very end, if you find it a little bit wobbly, go over with some detailed tweezers or even needle nose pliers to kind of strengthen the sides up and make them a little bit more sharp. At the very end is always the best time to touch up these little areas that do get bent while building the model. And the last thing I want to talk about is paying attention to detail when it comes to installing the different parts onto the X-Wing. I found the directions to be notoriously misleading on this piece. And if you're not paying attention, you will find yourself installing different parts either upside down or in the wrong place. Just take your time and don't forget to reference that 360 view model that you have with that little QWERTY code on the instructions. With these two things, your model will come out fantastic and will look great at the very end. Alright Groovers, let's move on to build time. The Star Wars X-Wing Starfighter took me about 2.5 hours over a 2-day period of time. Any experienced Metal Earth builder will have a lot of fun building this and will be able to do it pretty quickly. A new Metal Earth builder will take a little bit more time, but again, I don't expect more than 4 hours out of this build. And finally, Groove Builders, let's move on to my thoughts. The Star Wars X-Wing Starfighter is a great model to build, and out of all the Star Wars models I've built so far, it's definitely one of my favorites. Just the detailing on it alone makes this model worth it. They have a little R2 unit here on the top, they have a little pilot's chair, and all the detail around the thrusters and wings just really ties this model together. When I put it amongst all of my other models, it definitely stands out. If you're looking to get this one for someone on the Christmas season, I can't recommend it enough. It's a great stocking stuffer. And that, Groove Builders, is my take on the X-Wing Starfighter. I had a really good time talking with you guys today, and if you guys had a good time, don't forget to press that like button. For more videos like this, hit subscribe as well, as we got all kinds of really cool content coming out in the future. Until next time, Groove Builders, keep building!